GC Boxing Legend Podcast. 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 Home of the champion.
If you're looking for a way to power up your nutrients with a plant-based protein powder, then raw vegan plant-based protein is the perfect choice. This vegan protein is packed with essential nutrients to help you stay energized and healthy. With plant-based protein powder becoming increasingly popular amongst health-conscious individuals, it's no surprise that raw vegan plant-based proteins has become a leader in the industry. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to increase your daily protein intake, this vegan protein powder can help you reach your goals. Visit rawvegan.com. Again, rawvegan.com.
And this fight is over. And for the second time tonight, we see it.
Here it is. Today, our special guest coming from the Hillcrest boxing community. We have Superman, Haru,
Hey,
the third.
yeah,
How you doing, champ?
man, everything's good. Everything's great, man.
It's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you always.
Always, brother. You're a very good brother. First, I want to commend you. You set a great example in the boxing community as well. I seen that your mother and father had an anniversary.
Yeah,
Been together for a long time. So you come from a good pedigree of family orientated, and also how you share and bring the love to your family. Like you always broadcast your children on Facebook, your family. You're a family man, a warrior. I seen both sides of you knocking people out the ring and hugging and having a great family life. This is something that we don't put a lot of emphasis on. It's family.
right, I agree.
And by the way, also, we fortunate to have you in the boxing community because the Superman that we used to look up to, you couldn't have Clark Kent and Superman in the same room. But when we deal with Haru, Superman is in the room, and that's all in the room. We got the real deal up in there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Haru, my good brother, I remember you as the 165, if I'm correct, 165 Golden Glove champion coming out of the PVA. Is that correct, my brother? You was on that team before 165, right?
I did. I
Before
fought.
165. You was in that great picture with the late Chris Nutt and James Baker and Sean and all your guys right there.
Yes,
And
man.
you done some great things, man, and getting in that ring. So tell me, how do you get into boxing, my brother?
Man, honestly, I got into boxing because I need to learn how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I came from Southeast
Okay.
and by Capitol Hill before it was gentrificated. You know what I'm saying? It was, it was that, and then I moved to Glass Manor. Okay. So I was by myself. And everybody there was already with each other. Then I was new, so it was a lot of things I had to know how to fight. My folks took me down to the gym. I had a fight, and apparently I won, right? But I don't know how, and that was a problem because I don't remember it. You know what I'm saying? I must have blacked out. I don't know what I did. Right way, but I need to know what to do. So my father took me up to Sugar Ray Leonard's gym, and I stayed there for about a week or two.
Okay.
But then I went to Hillcrest, and that was it. I started catching the bus up there.
Okay, cool. You was training the great McCain, rest in peace.
Yeah.
That was your team up there. The McCain family and the Hammonds and all of y'all was up there. It was a packed house up there. Fighting at the Hillcrest boxing was like the mecca of boxing.
Yeah.
And you solidified yourself into the history book by participating and competing in the Golden Gloves and all of the other boxing nationals and traveling and things and whatnot. You had some great experience. So you also fought pro too for a while too. You also did a pro boxing.
Yes.
Pro boxing as well. How was the pro transitioning from amateur to the pro while taking out the headgear and transitioning to the pros? How did that work out for you? And what was the experience like?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I remember being a little concerned about it, right? Because I know what that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And plus when we turn pro, the gloves get smaller, you know. And so I was like, wow. So, but I was thinking of it too. Yeah, my gloves smaller too.
Right.
So yeah, so that means I'm gonna be quicker. I depended on my speed anyway. I'll be more powerful. So yeah, the transition it was different. But and I also want to just go back just for a minute because
Okay. Go ahead. You the guest. I'm here. Take your time, brother. I'm here.
Yeah, when you mentioned Hillcrest, I just want to make sure we mentioned Tom too. He was
That's
Tom.
right. That's right, Tom. That's right. You're absolutely right.
He was the other. He was like when we were all together. It was like a parent. They were like parents to us. And then when they broke up, some went there, some went here. But I just want to make sure I mention him. But yeah, coming from amateurs to the pros. I mean, people had told me I had more of a pro style. Anyway, I used to lose. I wouldn't say a considerable amount of fights. I would lose because I was too busy thinking. And people were saying, you're supposed to be really just going there, throw them punches, because that's how you learn. You
That's
figure.
right.
And I wasn't doing that. I don't think so. And so when it was time to turn pro, I really appreciated the time I had to figure people out, and it was more art. I used it more of an art then because I actually could work on stuff. My great coach McCann always told us to be technicians. Really person down when I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in the way, I just watch his movements and how he does things, and through the timing, and I mean just being a technician in there. I really appreciate that more than the amateurs. I like being a pro more than I did being an amateur.
Absolutely. That's one of my regrets not turning pro. I walked away from the game, but it was a great experience. Now, name some of the things that you learned from boxing that you apply in real life now. That some of your boxing habits that you apply to your real life situations and things of that nature, overcoming obstacle. How do you apply some of your boxing skills into regular life and leaning on getting over obstacles and things of that nature?
Well, you know what, boxing, man, was honestly one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Boxing gave me. I want to make sure I'm careful when I say everything, because to me God is everything. So
That's
I
right.
don't. But I'm gonna tell you,
Okay.
boxing a whole lot for me, for my mind, of course, my you know when I started boxing, run up on somebody who looked real vicious and they look scary, like they was on the ground and look like they can, they scary looking to you, whatever. And get in there, and you get in there and realize, and it happens more and more than once. You realize they just a man.
That's
It's
right.
the man you are, and no matter. So sometimes, so that's one of the biggest things for me. Boxing did, it helped me face. It helped me to look at things differently in the aspect of it's not always what you see. Along with my faith and stuff, not things that seem big to me never seem big in life anymore. Because I remember through my life, I had to learn how to not to judge with my eyes, because then I get in there with somebody real small. Like, when we was coming up, have a lot of white boys in the jump in there, but the
That's
ones ones that was in there was incredible, right?
That's correct.
Right. But when so I learned that, I get in there with a little scrawny little white boy thinking, man, I'm getting ready to mop the floor with this dude, and I can't even touch him.
That's
And
right.
so it helped me to help me not to be so judgmental, to be honest with you in life.
Mm-hmm.
Help me with my prejudices if I ever had any. I
Mm-hmm.
don't from my people only. I didn't even see white people till I was older.
Right.
Um, so I, so I think boxing really helped me out a lot with that. And of course, I love that I walk around with a big old bodyguard. You
That's
know,
correct.
love that. And I'm very responsible with it. I mean, more than I'm older. I've been a fool before, but I'm responsible with it because
Mm-hmm.
I'm responsible with it, but I love it. I can speak my piece and say what I want, how I want it. You know what I mean? That's one thing,
That's right. That's right. You got the skills to pay the bills.
man.
Most fighters, most people don't understand that most fighters are some of the most humblest people that you will come across. That's
Yeah,
dangerous, but most people that usually start trouble can't really fight. But most people that are trained to go, them the least people that you have to worry about.
yeah. If you leave us alone, yeah.
Yeah, leave us alone, and we're not bothering anybody else,
Mm.
man. So along the way, how was your experience when you went to the nationals with that
Oh,
group of guys?
so going to the national was fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a place where you got to really check yourself. You got to ask yourself, do you really want to be there? You got to ask yourself who you really want to be. You really want to be a world champion because, to be honest, when you first go to the nationals, you realize you you not. I ain't gonna say you're not as special, but when you was home and
Mm-hmm.
you whooping ass, you whatever, you that dude or whatever, you doing your thing. But when you go to nationals, everybody like you.
That's right.
And so so when you get there, you gotta separate yourself and say, you know what? That's when you go to the next level. That's what champions did. The fact I would see to think about how I was there with Oscar De La Hoya, I was there with
Mm-hmm.
Mayweather, the fact we saw Mike, she to tell you, it was just
Mm-hmm.
that experience, I remember being there and I honestly remember feeling I knew I was around greatness. I knew I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Mayweather used to play a lot. Like he was the like I tell people he always been who he been though. That's what's
Mm-hmm.
but I remember one time he beat one of our guys and he leaned over the rope and
Mm-hmm.
leaned over to DC because everybody in our own section
Right, right, right.
leaned over us and started making faces laughing. And we was like, look at this, man. We was mad shit. Then he came down there with us and was like, hey, y'all trying to go to the mall. Like everybody was trying to get some money together so we can try to go to the mall, talk to our coach and stuff like that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing De La Hoya, he used to work for ringside. He used to be behind, and we would go there and talk to him, But it was a great experience. I love the Nationals. I love meeting a lot of times. Some of the old fighters would come to the Nationals, of course, and
Mm-hmm.
I love that, man, because to me, boxers have always been my superstars. I love movie stars and I mean I love other I love football players, basketball players. I think certain people I bang like LeBron. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
really excited. I mean, you got to be some but for real, my real heroes, my real stars are the boxers. If I could ever meet the great whoever like.
That's
Uh,
right.
the first black heavyweight champion of the world. If I could have ever met Ali, I probably would
Mm-hmm.
have. Man,
Yeah, I met Ali 2 times. But I know the feeling. You saying that you can
met
relate more so. Hmm.
you 2 times.
Say it again.
Who you say you met two
I
times?
met Ali 2 times. One in Georgia, and when he came to Southeast in the '80s,
This,
Martin Luther King Avenue, when they had Champ Cookies, he came down um, in the parade, and everybody in DC, people in the Southeast was out there shadow boxing with him and everything. He was just dancing. He was out there on Martin Luther King Avenue. I was in the '80s,
yeah, man.
way before I even thought about getting in the ring. Way before then.
When I thought about when I was younger, right? I didn't even know I was gonna ever box, but I remember two incidences where my just bought me this thing I step on, and I would box like that. Now I was young, all that.
That's right.
And then the second incident, I remember for Christmas, my some boxing gloves, and I remember me and my father was boxing, and I remember I blacked his eye.
Woo!
But he got me though. He hit one time. He caught me, knocked me out, like really knocked me out cold. But we, you know, I wouldn't even think about boxing then. My mother was pissed too. You remember she was mad at him, but funny because I never knew I was going to end up. That was years before I even, because I wasn't really into sports, to be honest with you. I don't know boxing for real, for real. I mean, I'm a Commander fan. I am. I think I am. I stopped. I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching Baltimore. But I'm just saying. But yeah, man. But I ain't really no sports fan. I'm a boxing fan.
Yeah. So I remember back in the day, before I even started boxing, we should take boxing gloves and go and box the next communities over and go to different neighborhoods and see who were the baddest. We should put the gloves on and go to different communities and challenge people with the gloves and stuff and box. And nobody got shot. We had some great times back then, man. And man, I sure miss a lot of that, man, because we had some very fun time just boxing. People take a butt whooping and that was it. We didn't get shot. It was none of that.
Yeah, come back and try to fight and win.
That's right. None of us. We had a great time. Also, I seen you performing. Do you do the spoken word or something like that? I seen you doing poetry or something like that on Facebook, or the spoken word or something like that, or poetry. I seen you doing that as well. You versatile, ain't you?
Yeah, man. Honestly, that's one of my favorite things to do. I love it. I love it. I do. I love doing. I love professing my love for God. I love doing it in that fashion. I love doing a couple of fashions, but that's one of my favorite. I love spoken word because it's not restricted by music. Like I rap. I like doing all that. Like I've always, but the spoken word, I'm not restricted to a beat, so I can act too because I like to act. I'm an actor to really put what I feel in the song. I can control the message the way I want to control it. It's beautiful. It's art. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you do a great thing with that. Tell me a little bit about the family. How your family, when your children look back and say you was a boxer and stuff like that, how did they talk about that? Like, damn, my dad used to throw his hands up and he made money in the hurt business a little bit like that. How do your children look up to you and knowing that you was a boxer at one time?
I think, but I'm dad now. I'm just dad now. I mean, of course, it was really exciting, to them because I trained them too. So I taught my how to fight. I was really serious. I have no problem. I think I've had bullying issues in the beginning, and because of it, I just won't tolerate any bullying of me or my children.
Right.
I say that. I mean, when I say that, I mean that. You understand?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand.
A boxing, it's not a game. So anyway, but I do teach them how to fight so they can fight for themselves. So I ain't got to kill nobody kid. I want y'all to fight for yourselves. So I trained them. So they was really excited. Of course I did all the posters. I was on all this Black History with my kids. Of course, I was all online, did stuff for the school. So of course they were really excited. And I was really excited. I had a gift that would stick with them for a lifetime that I can give them, especially women. They need to, protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's right. I love to see women who can protect themselves. That's really big. I love it. That's one.
Absolutely. You do a good job. And we also Facebook friends and stuff, and we are part of this DC boxing legend, and Rashid giving me an opportunity to communicate and talk with some of my fellow boxers that we once shared the ring with. This is something I love to do. I love to talk. Yeah. I love to get out here and be in front of you all and talking. This is a platform for all of us, DC boxing legend. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a world champion, but those who participated and got in the ring in that square circle and duke them up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may have your hand raised up in victory, and sometimes you may not have your hand raised in victory, but the courage to get in there and participate and show your skills that you've been practicing all week, maintaining weight, eating right, blocking out the worldly goods of this world just to compete and put our skills on the line has been some of the most greatest things. We all fought for PVA. Potomac Valley Association is a very great organization. Mark Johnson and all of the great champions, Lamont Peterson and Gary Russell's, all of us fought in that PVA. It's known throughout the United States. A great organization. Now we have one of my old stable mates is Latasha Washington. Now is president. Now she also told me to give you a greetings to you, say what's up to you.
Yes.
She told me to tell you what's up, hey Roo. And I'm here in front of you all just talking, man. It brings a lot of memory just watching you. Has Rashid showing the clips of you knocking somebody out, and the memories are still there. You know, as we getting older and the gray is starting to kick into our beards, and we are going through life now, and we are becoming more so of ancestors to the youngins that's coming behind us. So as men, we getting wiser and we have wisdom and family and children to look after. Some of us have wives and things of that nature. I commend you for, stepping up and coming on, because all we want to do is for you to tell your story.
Yeah.
We want the world to see you and tell your story and give you your honor and respect. And rest in peace to one of my stablemate, Chris Nutt. I'm gonna miss that guy too as well. This is why we do this. We want to pay our homage to our boxing family, our boxing fraternity. I can respect any man that put that gloves on and put it on the line every day to get in there and get the job done. This is our platform right here. This is our platform, DC Boxing Legend. We are here to support our boxing heroes. No bigger I's, no bigger U's, no lowercase U's. This is our home. And when we reach out to everybody, we love for our brothers and our sisters, stable mates that bumped before, to come in here. This is what this platform about. Showcase your businesses and stuff like that. Not just boxing, but because you participate in it, we will also like to know about y'all businesses and stuff. We can do things of a big nature, like pull our resources together as boxers and create things, fallen boxers that fell off, that need help, that's homeless or whatever. We can pull our resources together and become one and build a family structure. Absolutely. This is what the DC Boxing Legends is about. It's no big I's and big U. Nobody better than nobody. Everybody competed and went in and got that rec in. And I love y'all brothers, man, for that. I love y'all brothers for that. This is why we here. We here to turn this thing up. We're going to get them all, from the world champions all the way to the amateur champions, to the amateur Hall of Famers, to the JOs. If you fought JO, it doesn't even matter. As long as you get in that ring and you participated, I ain't got nothing to say. It's no casual fans here. Yeah. We're not casual. We did this. We bumped. We bumped. We put our skills on the line. Real live gladiators.
Yes.
Ching, ching, ching. Real gladiators.
Yeah, man.
And I commend all of y'all, man. When I see y'all, I check up on y'all on Facebook. I don't reach out to everybody but I keep all y'all in my spirit and our souls, man. When I see y'all, I'm still happy for y'all in the background clapping.
Right.
I just to see y'all around and see y'all here, man. This is a gift and this is a pleasure for me to even see y'all still on Facebook. I go on social media sometimes and people check out and they're no longer here anymore.
Yeah.
But I get to see y'all interact with your family, so I get to see another side of you all, letting you know that you're not no big stud just knocking people's heads off, but to see another intellectual side of you, see how you think, how your family respond to you and your children love you, and y'all doing things. And a lot of y'all, all of us, got grandchildren and stuff now.
Yeah.
These things this is a wonderful thing. And I love this organization, PVA, putting in the work. I have great memories of seeing y'all step in the ring and come down that center, down the Hillcrest, and everybody had to come through there. People came down from North Carolina, from Virginia, you have to come down there to get this bump. And there's some of the most greatest amateur boxing ever with us. When you open for it last, and you're sitting up there, you resting, you getting ready for your weigh-in, and man, I'm getting goosebumps, and I'm sitting here thinking and contemplating, and I'm looking, and now you walking through that tunnel. You come to that tunnel and you walking through. Now I said, now I have done all I could have done. I put the work in. I ran. I ate right. I made weight that morning. Now it's time to put the work in. Now you cannot make that up. You cannot cheat that. It's you. And in boxing, we don't have a tag team. We can't get tired, or we can tap somebody's hand. Somebody jump through the rope. It's us. The coaches will do all they can do, but it's our time to get in there and get that bump. Ain't nobody in there, and you lay it on the line, man, and you going out on your shield, or you coming out victorious. These are the great memories, brother.
Yeah, it's the best sport in the world, man.
Best sport in the world. Let's get it. DC Boxing Legend. We're about to go on a commercial break, and we will be right back.
Get ready for the Beltway Boxing Extravaganza on September 14th at the Sports and Learning Complex in Landover, Maryland. Witness talented amateur boxers in action, showcasing their skills and passion in the ring. Doors open at 4 p.m. with the first bout at 5 p.m. Special guest appearances by local talent. Don't miss this electrifying event. Reserve your seats now and be part of a night filled with excitement and unforgettable moments. Contact Special Touch Promotions at www.beltwayboxing.com.
The Second Wind Sports Media and DMV Boxing Legend would like to introduce to you our new sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, El Paso Mexican Restaurant, located at 6151 Richmond Highway, Alexandria, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have El Paso Mexican Restaurant. Also, if you're looking to pregame every fight night, amateur or pros, come out to El Paso Restaurant. They will guarantee you a discount. All you have to do is say that DMV Boxing Legend and the Second Wind Sports Media sent you, you will get a discount.
Okay, back at this moment, man, we are back in Q. DC Boxing Legend. We have our guest today. We have a Superman in the building. His name is Haru Carter III. Sound like a famous name. The third. They had to create three of them. The Carters.
The Carters.
Yeah. The name was passed down. They had to get three of them.
Yeah. I wish my grandfather could have seen me. My father did, though. He was there. Yeah.
What do Haru mean?
Haru means it's Japanese for spring.
Say that one more time.
It's Japanese, and it's I think it means spring.
Spring. Okay.
Yeah, it means spring. It's Japanese for spring.
I know it had a little catchy phrase to it. It's not the norm around here, so.
Yeah,
that's why I'm glad you kept your name out of trouble, because somebody said, "Hey, Roo, you the only one who want to get you. We got to come and get you, man." That's him.
Exactly.
Peace and blessings. Hey, I wanted to add this in there too, Hey Roo.
What's up, man?
I mean to cut in, but your name, Hey Roo, right, is of the Egyptian gods. It comes from. Guess what? It has something to do. They took I'm telling you, they took the Superman character literally from the Haru in Africa, man.
That's correct. You are absolutely right, Rashid. Yes, sir.
That's so ironic that your name is Superman and your name is Haru, man.
I thought you told me that before. And you're right. I did look that up before. Wasn't that Heru though?
It's a different saying, but it sounds
meaning. It's spelled different.
spelled different, but it's the same exact sound as yours.
Right.
So he supposed to be the son of God, right?
Yeah, he did. It's a sun god, but he represent. But he was and crypto, all that. They you know how they was doing back then. They would take those things from Africa and they added to there.
Oh yeah.
So
The Marvel
but I was
Warriors,
like,
stuff like
it's
that.
ironic. The brother named himself Superman, after which the people took the character Superman from, man. That's like some divine intervention right there, brother.
Man, he was right on time.
Yeah, I didn't even give myself a name. James McAllister. King James McAllister called me that out of nowhere one day, and it just stuck.
Oh, okay. McAllister.
I know who he is.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I just wanted to throw that at you, man. I said, man, hey, bro, because as I was doing the when I was typing your name in, I was looking at a documentary on the screen, and your name came up, and it said they took the superheroes from these old African gods.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Right on, man. Right on.
What you say, brother?
I said,
what am I looking at? What documentary?
I'm gonna look it up for you, brother. It was on Tubi, to be exact, too. So I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna find it and send it to you.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
I'm gonna come up off there, brother. I just wanted to share that with you, brothers.
I'm standing. I'm my brother keeper, and I stick by this word right here. I tell you, I'm so happy to be here amongst you all. You know, on Tuesday, I can't wait until the show come on. I'm telling you, when Tuesday come, I said I'm about to go in.
Yeah, man.
And give it all I got. We had Chop DeMarcus Corley, a former WBO, another one of our boxing fraternity brothers last week. We just moving forward, man. We are getting you guys, man, and giving y'all roses right now, taking the time and putting you on the platform and talking to you all. Whether y'all dealing with y'all businesses and things like that, this is us. This is DC Boxing Legend. This is a place that you earn your spot. You earn your place here. This is not something we heard about and we just close our eyes and grab somebody out the blue. You earn your spot to be on here. No casual fans here. You not bumping, just coming here, just bumping your lip. Ain't never put that work in.
Yeah.
We are here.
Yeah, man.
To acknowledge our boxing brothers and sisters in this boxing community. Yeah. Most of us came from the PBA, and people may have moved to different states and stuff like that, but this is something, man. The Boxing Warrior is a thing.
Yeah, lifetime membership.
It's a lifetime membership. It's a lifetime membership, and once you've done this, you in. Yeah. So tell me something about what's going on in the future, and what are some of your plans, and what you up to these days, brother Haru? What you up to, and what you got your hands into that you can tell the audience about?
Well, right now, you know, I got my kids pretty much all grown. I got one baby that should be 18 in December. Okay. So, I mean, you know, and I'm married. It's my second marriage. My wife and I, we just chilling. I mean, we really was just, you know, like everybody else, you want to just, you know, get our stuff to a point. Once we retire, we can do things. You know what I mean? We can really enjoy things like the way we wanted to. So we're just working hard right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Supposed to be doing and enjoying life at the same time, though.
Absolutely. That's right. Enjoy your marriage and enjoy family and your marriage and things of that nature. You know, sometimes the journey, you might start off with the journey with one wife, and sometimes we may not make it to the next journey. But the journey was completed. You had beautiful children.
Yeah. And I learned a lot from my first one. I learned everything that happened to me. I learned from. I want because I you know, I know I ain't gonna be perfect, but I would love to get as close to perfection as possible, just so I can enjoy a peaceful life. But that's really all I want. You know.
Absolutely. I mean? And I'm glad you found another helpmate. You know, and in that marriage, it's something. we talk about sports and everything, but we also have another life. And as men, you still have to have some legacy left behind and a good, strong mate to be by your side. These things helps out, and it shows in our community the love that we give. We loving on our children, you loving on your wives and your significant others and stuff like this. This is something that we don't get enough credit for. We don't get enough credit for. I think the media may give us a black eye, um, but it's more to us as men, men with character, principle. This what makes a man. All of this. I think that the boxing background, it does more than what people really think. More than meets the eye. A lot of people may think it's boxing, but when you come and think about certain things, you like, wow, the encouragement to overcome obstacles.
Yeah.
When things get hard, you remember when you was hitting that road work.
Yeah.
When you got hurt and somebody hit you and snap your head back, how you can overcome it, bounce back, don't show the pain, not so quick to react if you get hit with a good shot, but have to get yourself clear, reset, and get back in it. When things get down, you may have lost your job or anything like that, overcoming straight pure obstacles and maneuvering, and it caused a sense of peace because like you were saying earlier, when I walk down the street, I know I can defend myself if I have to. You know, it's not a sure of a doubt. I pray that we never have to do these things, but in the back of my mind, I got myself, and
Yeah.
I know how to do it properly, and I get into gear and get right in it,
Yeah.
and take care of business. But also, it's ways that you can give back. I'm a life coach myself. I do life coaching and anti-bullying, and I've seen that the gentleman that shot up the school and things of that nature. So it's time for me to get in there as well and do some things with the anti-bullying and stuff like that to get these young people to acknowledge, stop bullying on the weak people, because sometimes they may snap and go in there and do some things to the children. So our children, we teach our children and the next generation, don't be aggressive to pick on people that are less fortunate, that don't have the beautiful shoes and all of that, but take people under your wings. Take these youngers under your wings, man, because you just needed a chance. It's like the trainers, most of our trainers that train us and stuff, they took the time. You couldn't learn how to just fight by yourself. There was a trainer in your life that you was on their heart and mind. They took a chance on you to teach you the fundamentals until you develop your own style. Somebody to take a chance on you. So it's only right for us to take the time out for the next generation.
That's right.
And I remember I seen you doing a little bodybuilding and stuff like that too. You were doing that a little bit too?
Yeah, man. At one point, I was getting, because I always said, our coach wouldn't let me lift weights. So I always said when I finished boxing, I was gonna put some muscle on. So I
Right.
did a little bit. Yeah.
Man, that's great. That's great. And so where you are with the spoken word, what you want to do with it? Are you going to create a YouTube channel? Do you have YouTube channels, or what you want to do with it?
You know what? Honestly, just I guess wherever God lead me to do it. I mean, I don't, I just do it whenever I ask, or and I'm always putting it together. I'm always creating and thinking, and so I didn't really have, like, I didn't think about a YouTube channel, nothing like that. I just
Mhm.
was just putting together. I do it. My dad actually, I'm gonna go to his church, and I do it at his church or other people.
Uh-huh.
So that's all I've been pretty much doing, just creating and
Right.
delivering the word to where,
Hmm. Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you know.
Think about it. Think about starting a YouTube channel,
Okay.
because the word inspiration is something that's universal.
Mm,
See, a lot of times we have great talents, and we don't really look at it as a lot because it's just so easy for us. But that's your calling to make money,
Yeah.
and at the same time putting some great inspiration on people's minds.
Yeah.
You know, you live this. This is this man. Look, the world is yours, and you can participate. Not world is yours as it's yours,
I know what you
but
mean.
you have your share. Get your share in this world. You owe it to yourself, man. You done did the best part of your life, and now you're on the second half of your life now. You know, there's people that looking for that word, looking for inspiration. There's
Yeah.
some people like when I go on TikTok and I just make sometimes it maybe two people might say thank you or whatever. But if you reach one person, you've done a great job. Even if you have reached one, the
Yeah.
rest will do take care of itself. But even though you still get out here and do it. And what you think about the new Hillcrest? One of your old fighting
Oh,
partners of Nesto have turned that
mm,
organization around and living to the legacy that Hillcrest once was, the mighty Hillcrest. What do you think about your old stablemate turning Hillcrest around when all of the legendary training has passed on and everything and gone to be our ancestors? What you think about that? The new
man, I
Hillcrest.
think it was a great thing, man. Ernesto, man, he did a great thing for all of us too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just on, you know, um, when they moved over that half. I mean, anything could have happened when Mr. McCann died, you know, but
Mhm.
thank God Ernesto was able to carry the torch, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And he's a godly man, which is everything on
Mhm.
because those kids coming through there being anointed, they're being blessed, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that matters. That's even bigger than boxing, you know. But and so that's a great thing. I'm happy that God uses him like that.
That's great. That's great, brother. Um, Haru Carter III, aka Superman. I'd like to thank you for coming out, talking
Absolutely,
with DC boxing legend, and
anytime.
solidifying your part of the story in this boxing community.
Yeah,
I give thanks to you, brother. You always been a stand-up guy and never arrogant. I see you in the street or whatever, you would dap up.
absolutely.
Anywhere I see you, take the time to stop and just talk. I really commend you, brother. You keep going with your family and keeping your family together and give your moms and your father congratulations as they pour down a lot of jewels to you.
Yeah,
Being a man, that's the first Superman right there. And you the
yeah,
second one. Now you got another Superman somewhere. That's your son after
yeah.
you. But we commend you, brother. Thank you for taking the time. And also, don't be a stranger. Stop through if you need to plug in and showcase some of your talents, or you decide you want to come back on here. This platform is yours. It's ours. This is us.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
appreciate you, champ.
Man, thanks. I appreciate you, brother.
Superman.
GC Boxing Legend Podcast. 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 GC Boxing.